Hey, what's up? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Ben Rowlands and we do this every single week. 3 times a week, we do live looping tutorials. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Now today, I wanted to show you a little fun feature on the RC-505 that allows you to customize the lighting options. So if you aren't aware, on the Boss RC-505 with firmware 2.0 update, they introduced this new lighting operation mode on the unit. Now basically, it allows us to change how these lights indicate the way the loops are working. Now there's 4 different modes we can run it in. We can run it in status mode or status, if you're American. We can run it in position mode. We can then run it in levels mode so it responds to how loud it is. And then we can also run it in status and position mode if we desire to. Now out the box it comes in status mode. Now status mode is the setting I run in a live situation. It gives me a clear indication of what tracks are occupied with the red rings, and then it gives me a clear understanding of what loops are empty as they have no lights on there. Now, one problem with status mode is the way it counts these red rings here. So watch this. We have this track playing here, and as you can see, it cycles round in beats of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, as our tempo is decided over here. But if we dive into the specific look at the tracks, let's scroll over to the right in our track edit mode. And as you can see, this track here is 4 measures. However, track 2 is only 1 measure, but the indicators count in the exact same way. So one would assume they are both the same length, however, they are not. So if this does confuse you, which it sometimes does with me, which is why I might actually change over to this mode, we're going to click system here and we're going to dive over to the right until we get to indicator and where it currently says status. Now we're going to scroll over to the right and it tells you loop position. Now you'll notice we've lost the indicator lights. However, we still have our green lights here, which is still a nice difference to see what's on the looper pedal if you prefer it to be a little bit less bright. Now, what you'll notice is this counts a lot slower now because it's indicating the actual loop position of the loop measures. And then when we dive over to the one that was only 1 loop length long, it spins around a lot quicker. So this is perfect if you have loads of different loops at different lengths. You can clearly understand which position in the loop it is currently at this time, so you know when to introduce the next set of loops or to stop them, which is quite cool. Now, if you want that functionality of the loop position, which I'm kind of liking the look of and might switch over to, as I said, we've got this mode here, which gives us both position and status, whichever you prefer to say. Basically, now we've got our red rings back so we can clearly see which loops are occupied, but now we also have the added bonus feature of the loop position so we can see how long this loop is, how short this one is, and these ones are the exact same length, which makes it perfect for dropping the loops in and out. So this one's about to finish, boom, these 2 are still playing. Genius feature. Now the next feature is a pretty fun feature and I quite like this one, but it probably is more orientated around someone who is a beatboxer who constantly has their hands on the loop station and they understand what it's doing because they're focused on it 100% of the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll our dial over to the right and switch the indicator mode to level. Now watch this here. It's now going to indicate how loud the loops are in comparison to one another, which looks pretty cool on stage. So if we actually dive into the track settings, so we click edit on track 1 here, we have option for the play level, so we can turn this right down, and as you can see, it alters the play level on the red indicator. Let's crank it up so we're above 100 now, we're on 160, so we're actually making the loop louder than what it is default, and we can ramp it all the way up to 200, so that's as loud as this loop's going to go on the metering system we've introduced on the level mode. Pretty cool stuff, and I think it's quite useful as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this quick video showing you these lighting settings on the RC-505. Now, if you did, please consider leaving me a like and a subscribe because we're doing this 3 times a week. I'm bringing you live looping tutorials, live looping performances every Tuesday, Thursday, and now Saturdays. I've been Ben Rowlands. You can find me online at benrowlandsmusic.com. If you want to learn more about live looping, check out this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.